risk-free for 30 days and feel the difference. Go to NordicTrack.com or call 877-895-6190 now. The Freeze-Dried Trainer by Nordic Track. Rise above the ordinary.
Before startups gain momentum, they can't always afford office space, so co-working spaces are one solution. One that has housed over 800 companies is called The Yard. Morris Levy is the founder. He is with me now. Morris, welcome. Glad to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
So you've been running this for about 4 years, and I know you have at least 800 grateful New York area startups. You have some space in Brooklyn, some space in Manhattan?
That's correct. We have 1 space in Brooklyn and 3 spaces in Manhattan with another 2 coming up.
Okay, so now do you have to be careful which kinds of startups? Can you have 2 competitors who are both like, hey, I have a digital ad company? Do you have to make sure they don't sit next to each other?
No, we let them work that. We let them work that out. Most people, it's open today. Everyone's really open about their business and sharing information today. It's very different.
Okay, so you offer internet, furniture, conference rooms. You have 24/7 access, which I assume implies a certain amount of security or some sort of security staff.
Sure.
What is the business model for you? How does it work?
We provide a space that's comfortable and with a great vibe. I mean, most of our startups that join the Yard have visited most of our competition, and they choose us for a reason because we provide an atmosphere that is just very comfortable, very efficient, and it's a great place to grow your business and get out of your home.
Get out of your home, but how do you make money? I mean, what are you charging them? Do you charge by head? Do you charge by, what if there's a guy who comes in and says, like, I really need to take like 5 desks because I'm building models and I need space?
Well, we have different size offices, so we charge you by the desk. If you have a company of 6, you take a space for 6. Some people take different size spaces. We've had many successful, noteworthy companies that have been with us, and they've grown exponentially.
Name some names?
We've had Uber with us for their first year in New York City, and they got so big that we had to kind of ask them to leave. And we've had some other very noteworthy companies. We have a company with us now called Maker that just got acquired by Staples, as well as a company that makes pins, who's doing a fantastic job. I mean, it's not only for startups. We have the full gamut. We've had Golden Globe winners and Oscar winners there, too, writing stories.
Writing stories. Okay, so in other words, working on screenplays or some sort of creative project.
That's correct.
They just don't want to be at home. Or at Starbucks.
Well, you know what? The atmosphere inspires creativity, and seeing other people in motion just gets you going in the morning.
It's good to have a routine, especially for creatives, if they are working and writing. Sometimes it is helpful to be around other humans. As it turns out,
that is correct.
Humans
it's nice
are
to see other
useful.
people. Yes.
What do you think about the New York startup community? We talk a lot about it on the show. I mean, are you still seeing as much demand, or do you see, okay, people come in and then after a year their idea didn't work and they have to go back and get a real job?
You see a lot of everything. You know, on average, people stay with us 8 months, but we had people with us since the day that we opened. So we're not only for startups, but to answer your question directly, there are so many companies. It's a really difficult question. I'm sorry.
And no, that's okay. But I
it's
mean,
hard to pin that one down.
Do you see kind of waves, like, you know, for example, after graduation? Like, do you see just this influx of demand now because people think, okay, I graduate, I'm really just going to give this idea with my buddies, everything I have, and I'm going to take a few months and do it?
We see a little bit more of that in Brooklyn, where it's a little bit more cost effective. You know, in the city, the spaces are a little bit more expensive. So in Brooklyn, we offer, you know, a more economic entry-level membership. So you see a little bit more of that in Brooklyn, yes.
All right, so Morris, before I let you go, I have to ask you, 4 years doing this in particular, what has been the biggest surprise to you?
The biggest surprise, how much fun it is to be with people that are excited about what they do every day, and the different work environment that exists today compared to where it was when I started in my career, say 20 years ago.
And just a lot more exchange, a lot more free flow information.
Real quick, we've had someone with us who's a little, you know, further on in his career, and he told me a compliment that I think about every day. He says he never enjoyed coming to work in his whole career as much as he likes coming to work at the Yard. So that, for me, is really, you know, you can't put words to it.
Nice. Glad to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
A little shot of Prozac, Morris. You're walking Prozac, founder of The Yard. We'll talk about being charitable. Hedge fund manager John Paulson donating $400 million to his alma mater, Harvard University. Largest gift in the school's almost 400-year history and among the biggest ever to any U.S. university. The money is going to be used to endow the School of Engineering and Applied Sciences. Harvard has the largest endowment of any university in the country. If you watched our 1 p.m. show, you know that it is the year of the GOAT. It is a theme I've been carrying for a while. We do have Morris here. He's about to leave because he just heard me saying that. But painting goats used to be delinquent. Now, here is an altruistic goat. A man and his goat currently walking across America from the Space Needle in Seattle all the way to Times Square, hoping to raise $200,000 for an orphanage. The pair started at the 3,500-mile walk. That was back in 2012, made it to Indianapolis as of today. The goat's owner says they should be able to make it to New York City by September or possibly New Year's Eve. That would be clutch. All right. Yesterday, we asked you what you would do with a spare $20,000. Here's what you told us. Oscar wrote in on Facebook saying he would pay off a part of a school loan, invest, and maybe start an app, or move to a city to find employment. All pretty good options. On Twitter, Alex wrote to us saying he has a little bit less than $20K, but he's launching his own company right now. And it's great to know that he is on the right track. If you have a comment or a question, tweet it to us at RiskRewardFBN. You can also go to our website. Full interviews, bonus content is